Hi, my name is James Bird and welcome to the 8th video in this series on JavaScript. In this video we're going to learn how we can programmatically access the document object model through JavaScript. So firstly, let's create a new element. In this case, we want to create a div tag with an identifier called, say, test. Now, we've created a new document object model element. In this case, it's a div tag. We've created an identifier called test. And notice that we haven't put any inner HTML content in here. Next, what we want to do is we come over to our JavaScript. Now, the first line here, or number 2, is a variable. We've created a variable x, which we showed you in the previous videos. And I've assigned this variable the value of the return of the document object model using the function GetElementByID. So what this means is that we are going to access the document object model and we are going to get an element return value based on the name of the ID identifier. So as we know, we created the test ID. So we can now paste this into our GetElementByID. And in our second line here, what we are going to do is manipulate the document object model, in this case the document object model test, because that was the return type. We're going to manipulate its inner HTML. So we can put in here some text like this is a test, for instance. And what this is going to do is when the page loads, it will load with that content, this is a test, contained within the div tag. However, we're doing that programmatically as opposed to doing it statically inside of the div. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you, but let's just quickly test this. So let's press refresh. Now you'll notice that we've got an error here. In this case, it's saying that we cannot set the property of the inner HTML of null. Now you would say to yourself, well, it's not null. We've got a value here. But what happens is it's trying to load the script before these various elements here have been created. So what we need to do is we need to move our script here and put it after we have created those particular elements. So now when we load it, you will see the text, this is a test, which is what we had here. Now we can also put not just text strings here, but we can actually put additional HTML. So we could, for instance, create a paragraph tag. And if we view that, we can see now that that gets the styling. Again, additionally, we could make this a heading 1 tag, and this would get the styling of a heading 1, for instance. So we can see all that here. So this is really useful when we want to create dynamic HTML or dynamic text strings by actually manipulating the document object model inside of JavaScript. Thank you for watching this video.